What does mantra mean? A mantra is a sacred word, sound or phrase, often in Sanskrit, recited within a wide variety of religious and spiritual traditions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, and yoga. The word. A mantra can be understood as any sound, word, or phrase that alters consciousness through meaning, tone, rhythm, or physical vibration. When chanted with devotion, certain utterances are thought to CR. Traditionally, mantras are believed to have spiritual and psychological powers, each with its own particular intention and meaning behind it. Mantras can either be recited in repetitions or chanted with melody. Repetition of a mantra can be used to evoke higher states of consciousness, to harness the power of intentions, to manifest positive affirmations, and to enter deeper states of awareness. The use of mantras is ancient, with many scholars suggesting origins that predate the Vedic period in India, c. 1500 to 500 BCE. Some even consider mantras to be older than language itself. Many of the mantras commonly used in yoga today are believed to have been composed by the sages, saints and practitioners of early Hinduism and Buddhism, though mantras are also found across other religious traditions such as Sikhism and Jainism. In modern usage, the word mantra is commonly equated to a spiritual aphorism or positive affirmation. In this sense, mantras are used to cultivate a particular state of mind, in which their meaning seeps into the subconscious to transform negativity. The use, structure, function, and importance of a mantra varies according to tradition. However, each mantra is believed to have a distinct meaning, unique vibrational frequency, and distinctive healing effects. When chanting a mantra, the individual begins to vibrate within the frequency of that mantra, not only spiritually, but on a physical, molecular level. When chanting mantras aloud, the vibrations and movements of the tongue stimulate some of the key glands of the endocrine system, which is responsible for governing and regulating hormones in the body. Additionally, the soothing and harmonious combination of sound, breath, and rhythm, an inevitable outcome of mantra chanting, has a profound impact on the parasympathetic nervous system, otherwise known as the rest and digest system. This, in turn, slows the heart rate and triggers the body's healing response. By focusing on the repetition of a specific set of words or sounds, mantra chanting can also act as an object of concentration, helping to bring the mind into the present moment. As such, mantras are commonly used to still the mind for meditation, particularly for japa meditation, much in the same way that some practitioners concentrate on the breath. A great way to retain focus and remain present whilst practicing meditative mantra chanting is to count each repetition on a garland of beads. Known as mala in Sanskrit, these prayer beads are used throughout religious and spiritual practices to mark the repetition of devoted recitations. Meditative states can be used to connect to the divine within, and mantras are an effective way to maintain that connection. 5 powerful mantras and their sacred meanings. Mantras are sacred words that have spiritual qualities when uttered. They are used to connect with the divine and protect the mind from sources of suffering. Mantras have been used for thousands of years by many different religions and cultures around the world, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. In Hinduism, it is believed that Krishna created the world partly out of the vibration of sounds. Vedic traditions believe that mantras are part of the heart chakra, said aloud to help energy flow outward and love to flourish. In yoga and meditation practices, mantras are repeated as individual words, phrases, songs, or sounds that are used to improve concentration, quiet the mind, and relax the nervous system. These mantras have many different meanings, such as connecting with all beings, calling upon the highest self, worshiping the divine, and showing respect for one's teachers. Below are 5 of the most powerful mantras and their sacred meanings. Om, also spelled Om, is believed to be the origin of all sound. It is also the most well-known mantra in the West. In Hinduism, Om is the pure sound of the universe. Om is often called pranava, the sacred syllable, because it symbolizes Brahman and the essence of spiritual reality. Traditionally, it's been taught that using Om illuminates the mind and brings about an image of bright rays of light. It connects individuals to others by acknowledging that we are all human. We all possess the same internal seeds of goodness and purity of heart. Chanting Om helps soothe the ruminating mechanisms of the mind that can bring on negative feelings such as anxiety. It helps purify the mind and allows us to move beyond the ego-based self in order to align with the divine. Om is traditionally chanted in 3 parts, with equal time given to each part. It is chanted from the navel, then moves up to the sternum, and then through the throat and out of the mouth. In the process, an internal vibration is created. This vibration is said to be the trinity that connects the physical body, mind, and spiritual self. Spelled as Om with 3 letters, it represents the 3 states of consciousness. A is the waking state, U is the dream state, and M is the state of deep sleep. Ram. Throughout history, different meanings have been associated with the Sanskrit word Ram. Many believe that Ram is symbolic of daily life as an act of worship, along with bringing oneself closer to God. It has been described as a reorientation to one's true, purest self, or as a mantra. Ram is repeated as a way to show bhakti, devotion, and commitment to acting justly, with wisdom and compassion for all. A popular mantra that contains Ram is Sri Ram Jai Ram. As a mantra, Soham has the primary purpose of connecting people to one another, because the sound it makes is like the sound of breathing, and every human must breathe. It acknowledges that all of us have the same nature, life force, maker, and origin. Soham. According to Vedic tradition, Soham is considered the universal mantra used to identify someone with ultimate reality and the larger universe. It may be translated from Sanskrit to mean I am that, and is an answer to the mantra Hamsa, which means who am I? As a mantra, Soham has the primary purpose of connecting people to one another, because the sound it makes is like the sound of breathing, and every human must breathe. It acknowledges that all of us have the same nature, life force, maker, and origin. The first part of the mantra, pronounced as an extended Su, is set on an inhalation, while the second part, Hum, is set on an exhalation. This creates a natural vibration and slowly relaxes the nervous system. Because it is practiced while inhaling and exhaling at a steady, slow, and consistent speed. The Soham mantra is one of the easiest ways to quiet the mind and reduce muscle tension. Repeating this mantra activates the parasympathetic nervous system, PNS, which is responsible for reducing heart rate and increasing restfulness. Om Namah Shivaya. The mantra of Om Namah Shivaya is intended to call upon the highest, purest self. Some consider this mantra an act of respectfully bowing to Shiva, Shiva being the true self or ID. Om Namah Shivaya is sometimes called the 5 or 6 syllable mantra. It contains at least 5 syllables, Namah Shivaya, which all have different meanings. Om is the 6th syllable when added at the beginning of the mantra. In Hindu traditions, Ne means adoration and respect, while Shivaya means aligning with absolute reality. In practicing this mantra, one can work on attaining self-realization and dissolving the ego. By aligning with a pure self, one is able to reduce negative, ego-based feelings such as jealousy, disappointment, anger, frustration, insecurity, and greed. Guru Om. Chanting Guru Om is a way of showing thanks and respect for one's guru. It is especially beneficial to chant if you are seeking a teacher to learn from or are showing devotion to an existing guru that you practice with. A guru is a spiritual teacher who helps her student dispel ignorance and connect with the divine. This mantra contains the original sound of Om, because it's a way of connecting with the original source of energy while acknowledging gratitude and commitment to one's personal guru.